Oh, hello folks, how are y'all? Hope you're all well on this what time is it here? Monday afternoon. Hope everyone was well. I'm just don't mind me, just making a bit of lunch. Yeah, but what do I want to talk about? Something very serious actually, I was on YouTube and I follow a lot of Tommy Robinson. For those that live in caves, Tommy Robinson is a right-wing activist in England. Now I'm not right-wing in any way, shape or form, or left-wing, or I'm just me, I'm just neutral, I do what I do from the heart and that's it. But what Tommy Robinson does is exposes bad people, very bad people. And those people at the moment, the ones that he's exposing, are illegal immigrants or immigrants, people from those Asian countries. And what I want to talk about is Tommy Robinson is making a documentary. Now, the documentary, I don't think it's came out yet. I'm not sure, I haven't seen it, because I know the government, the English government, English Parliament, they don't want anyone seeing this documentary, so they're trying to put a block on it, trying to stop it from coming out. And and so I haven't seen it, and I don't know whether it came out, but in this documentary you will see stuff like trafficking. It's all about actually child trafficking in England, and it's Pakistani groups, gangs that are trafficking children from the age of 12, 13, 14, 15. And Tommy Robinson has been investigating this for the last couple of years, and now he's exposing the ringleaders. So not documentary, but what I saw on YouTube with Tommy Robinson, he had an interview with a young girl who obviously you couldn't see her face, but she was telling him how it's done, how to go about it, what age the young girls are, and and just to give Tommy a bit of insight into what's going on and give him some names so he can go and expose these people. And the young girls that they get actually, come from council estates, broken homes, young innocent girls, naive girls, very young obviously, that don't know any better. And you just show them some shiny stuff, they will go towards that. You give them some money, you give them some of this, they think they're great, they think there's someone looking after them, because they don't get this from where they were growing up, because they haven't got that. They weren't, they come from broken homes, like I said, and council estates where they don't have much. So these Pakistanis, groomers, are giving them things and, reeling them in as if like when you go fishing, same thing. So Tommy got some names and he decided to go and expose these people. So he went to one of the restaurants to where this goes on. Over the restaurant there's an apartment. And the manager of the restaurant and the employees apparently up in this apartment, you get these young girls that they've been grooming, that have never bedded with men before, and they sell them out to their mates, because their mates, and their mates are all, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. And they're paying money for young girls that have never bedded before, never been with another man. It's disgusting, it's terrible. And up in this apartment, over this restaurant is where it's like the headquarters of it, where all the phone calls go, where they bring young girls to test them out and get them drunk and give them money and drug them and stuff like that. It's an awful, awful, awful thing. So Tommy goes to the restaurant, confronts the manager, a Pakistani, and you can see, because Tommy goes there with all these film cameras and stuff like that, for the documentary, and to keep himself safe, so he's filming everything. But you can see in the manager's face, you can see the guilt in his face, you know he's guilty. And the employees, you see people, scattering everywhere to try and get out of the way of the cameras. So he's confronting him, and all the fella has to say is, oh, you're Tommy Robinson, you're right wing, you're just a racist, what you're saying is not true, and stuff like that. And you know, you can see the guilt, as I said. So Tommy exposed the manager and the employees, which is great. And then he says, right now I want to find out, Tommy says, I want to find out where the owner lives to see does the owner know about what's going on in his restaurants with these young girls, you know, young girls being raped by Pakistanis. You know, say raped, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? Because I can't say the real word for it. So he goes, finds out where the owner lives. Big house, big mansion. I'm thinking, great, let's get the owner involved. Let's see. I'm sure he knows about it anyway. Then he was Pakistani. That's what they do. Without sounding any, you know, racist or nothing. But so he knocks on the door, and the fella that comes out, and I seen he wasn't Pakistani looking. And when the fella first started speaking, broke me heart. I was like a knife going through my heart. An Irish accent he had. I couldn't believe it. The fella's Irish that owns these restaurants. Stephen Lennon, his name is. There you go. Maybe he's a gangster, maybe he's... I don't know what he is, but I don't care. I'm exposing him as well. Stephen Lennon in Birmingham. And you can even see by Tommy's look that, you know, he wasn't expecting to see an Irish fella coming to the door. He was expecting to see a Pakistani, you know. So he put it up to me, he said, you know what's going on in your restaurants. Young girls are being raped up above, and they're being drugged, they're being filled with alcohol, they're being sold out to friends of the employees. The employees themselves are doing things with them that they shouldn't be doing. These girls are like underage, 12, 13 and 14. And what the Irish fella, Stephen Lennon, what he said, turned around and said to Tommy, he says, yeah, well, white people do that as well. Why aren't you going after the white people that do that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? That was his excuse. That was his way of rebelling. You know, that was his, I'll throw it back at you. White people do the same. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. One of my own. I wasn't expecting one of my own to open that door. Certainly not to say, yeah, well, white people do the same, so why aren't you going after the white people? Doesn't matter what colour you are. Hurting kids, hurting anybody is bad. We're not allowed to do that. You know, it's not written to do stuff like that. It's written to do good in the world, to be kind. And just the fact that I was an Irish man, knowing what we went through for the last 900 years with the English, what they've done to us, you know, the way they suppressed us for so long, that we couldn't do what we wanted. We couldn't even speak. You know, they took our own language away from us. They took Gaelic away from us. The English did, because they couldn't understand it. They made us speak their language so they could understand us. So we weren't, you know. Just made me so angry. Made me so angry knowing it was an Irish fella that was that owns these restaurants and knows about what's going on, grooming young kids, young English girls. So that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. I'm going to be angry now talking about it because he's Irish. No matter if he's Pakistani or whatever, I'd still be angry about what's happening to these young kids. And what I'm afraid of is that happening in Ireland. You know, I mean, living in France, and it happens in France, you know, because immigration's been over here a lot longer than it has in Ireland, a lot longer than in England than it has in Ireland as well. So we need to be careful, people. Back home in Ireland, you need to be careful of your kids, your young girls, your young boys even nowadays. You know, keep a close eye on them. You know, keep a close eye on who they hang about with and stuff like that. You know, give them as much love as you can. You know, don't let them out of your sights, because it's a very, very manipulative, dangerous, cruel world that we're living in today. You know, but it will change. It will change. God will help us. Things will change, things will get better, but we need just to stay close, we need to stick together, and, you know, keep our kids close to you. But that's all I want to talk about today, is what's going on. Tommy Robinson, fair play to you, mate. Keep up the good work, keep up the good work. Be careful, people back home, be careful, because these things happen, you know, and they're happening every day, it's happening every day. And right under our noses, we're not seeing it, so open your eyes, okay? Listen, I'm Gary, Slice of Life. Press them buttons. I'm here to talk the truth. I'm here to tell jokes as well, make people laugh, but I'm here also to tell you what's going on, what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. Okay? Press them buttons, please. Like and subscribe. Love is all. Keep up the good fight. Take care.